I got married after 3 weeks. Meeting my husband, I knew he was the one. It was almost like everything that I was praying for was right in front of my face. And you have to watch that too.
Marriage is a beautiful thing, but who gets married after only knowing someone for 3 weeks? You're supposed to be with that person forever, through everything, but after just 3 weeks, you don't even know their favorite food or if they snore. No wonder people are saying Fantasia Barrino was chasing this man like he owed her money. They say she wanted that marriage so badly that she was on her knees begging Kendall to put a ring on it. She was trying so hard for the family, but it ended up leaving them broke and toxic with each other, according to the story. Fantasia was out with her friends, having fun, when Kendall's drunk friend invited them to join him and Kendall. Fantasia wasn't interested at first, but when Kendall showed up, she was immediately drawn to him. They started talking, exchanged numbers, and stayed on the phone all night. They kept in touch, and when they hung out again, Kendall shared his past with her. At the end of their time together, he told Fantasia he was focused on building his business and wasn't looking for a serious relationship. Fantasia should have respected that, but instead, she said she was okay with it. Then, she invited him to her birthday party in DC. Child, that's not even the whole story. Listen to how long it took Fantasia to start a relationship.
Come up to you and just start a conversation?
No. He didn't. His friend came up and tried to flirt. His friend was trying to holler hard. I was like, please, somebody get him away from me.
Go away.
Yeah, they were sloppy drunk. He was. And I told my girls, I was like, let's roll. And he comes down like, yo, I just want to say, I don't want what they're doing and how they acting to reflect on the whole crew. Y'all are more than welcome to stay, da-da-da-da-da, buy you a drink or whatever if you want to. But I just want to let y'all know, like, everybody that's with them ain't like that. And that's when I was like, dang, he fine. I'll stay, let's stay. We'll talk about it.
Relationship with Kendall, all based on her own assumptions. After Kendall told her he wasn't ready for anything
I know he was my dude. He was my boyfriend that night.
serious and just wanted to focus on his business, she should have taken the hint. But instead, she ignored that and convinced herself that they could still make something work. She kept pushing for it, inviting him to her birthday party and continuing to reach out, thinking that maybe things would just fall into place. It was all her assumption that they were meant to be, even though Kendall had already made it clear where he stood. Child, that's not even the whole story. Listen to how long it took Fantasia to start a relationship with Kendall, all based on her own assumptions. After Kendall told her he wasn't ready for anything serious and just wanted to focus on his business, she should have taken the hint. But instead, she ignored that and convinced herself that they could still make something work. She kept pushing for it, inviting him to her birthday party and continuing to reach out, thinking that maybe things would just fall into place.
I lost everything. There was no money in the bank. Y'all gotta think about it. When I won Idol, we was doing tour after tour. My first tour was with Kanye. Like, I was forever working. How did I end up with no money? And I took care of my whole family because everybody that was behind me wasn't good. And they knew I was young, gullible, from North Carolina. I ain't know nothing about nothing. So they just prostituted the gift. They made their money. I got back home, I ain't had none.
It was all her assumption that they were meant to be, even though Kendall had already made it clear where he stood. Let me tell y'all, leaving a label because you feel used can really mess with you. Just look at artists like Keisha Cole, Ciara, and Tamar Braxton. When these artists left their labels to go solo, their mainstream exposure and commercial success dropped, and they felt the consequences. Fantasia went through the same thing, and there's no way that didn't hurt her finances. Add to that the fact that she was doing everything for the family, and the workload was all on her. That kind of imbalance is bound to cause problems at home. According to reports, things got really bad between them. They started.
There's a song on my album called So Blue. And So Blue came about because I went back to that situation. I had just lost my grandmother. And I think at that time I was angry and he wasn't there when I wanted him to be there or quick enough when I wanted him to be there. So I went on social media and just put it out there. And I'm upset and angry and he left for 6 months.
Fighting all the time because they were broke. People said Kendall started ignoring Fantasia because the money wasn't flowing like it used to. Honestly, I'm not really mad at Kendall because from what we hear, he kept it real from the start. Fantasia can't act like she didn't know about Kendall's history with substances, alcohol, and sex, plus his legal troubles like his assault conviction and child support issues. The internet definitely had a lot to say about all this. One person commented, "If a woman chases after a man, she chases him for the rest of the relationship." Another said, "Don't ever let a man tell you he don't want you twice. Never speak for him. You'll just end up embarrassed." And someone else pointed out, "Marrying somebody after knowing them for 3 weeks is crazy. It's giving, she can't be alone now." I want to hear what you think. Did Fantasia rush into this? Did Kendall play her? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.